Well, this is different. Yeah, I'm going to be opening these boxes, well, tins, and just going through and opening packs. So let's see how this goes. Yeah.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh, check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
So, hello everyone. I'm Lord Manny Hayes. This is a very different thing on the channel. So what we've got here is the Topps Road to Wrestlemania official sticker collection. And yes, it's a top-down view, so you can't see my face. So this is going to be awkward because I'm not with Marcus or Eric, so I've got no one to bounce off. So let's start, I guess. Anyone that's watching, anyone in the chat, just let me know how the audio and video is coming across. While I start away. So these can be bought. I think these are UK exclusive, and these can be bought in all newsagents, and I think you can pick them up in supermarkets because I did pick up these two tins in Sainsbury's. So let's have a look. So let's get started with this tin. How do we get this open? Yeah, let's just rip this box open. So this tin initially cost £10. Let's get that out of here. It cost £10, and there's 3 different types of tin. I think when I went to Sainsbury, they had the same type, but apparently there's special edition cards in these. So if you go to the back here, it says it here where it says authentic autograph cards. You can find 100% authentic autograph cards in lucky sticker tins, which we have here. I'm looking to hopefully get Walter because he's just a beast, isn't he? Or Biggie, but Walter's a beast. So let's move this to the side for a second. Thank you, Nathan, for letting me know the audio is fine, and Grunsmurf. And also, let's just thoughts and prayers for Chris's family as his dad is in hospital. So inside this tin, we have 10 packets, I believe. And then, a special sticker card where we have WWE Wrestlemania Superstars. So already we have a shiny in this packet. I'll probably use this tin for doubles, I guess. Sainsbury's has really gone down. I don't believe Sainsbury's has really gone down just because they're selling this. They even had this on an FSDU. Those that were in the supermarket game, FSDU, don't know what the FS stood for. Display unit. So obviously, we got different pack types. So we've got this. The light's not really helping here. So contraband. So on this one we have the Fiend, Bianca Belair, and some guy that you can't see, but John Cena, and we got Biggie, Liv Morgan, and a very I don't know what intense thought, Roman Reigns. You want to get closer to the desk? Okay, give me one sec. And then obviously in this one, we have Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Drew McIntyre. How's that? We could go a little bit deep. I think that's close enough. So, yeah, I'm just going to put these like that. Oh, you got to get 8 in here. Con. Yes, you would find stickers in Waitrose. I can't believe we're even having this debate about supermarket chains and what they hold. Waitrose would 100%. So let's get started with opening this tin, this first packet. So we already got a shiny. So we have the Street Profits here. Kalisto, which, yeah, I'm not sure about Kalisto, so he can go over there. Ruby Riott, Trish Stratus, half of Roman Reigns, an action shot of Buddy Murphy and Humberto Carrillo, The Fiend, Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, The Miz, I believe, at WrestleMania when he was WWE champion, and then another half of Seth Rollins. Yeah, half. So you'll see it in more demonstrated later, but like, so there'll be a top half of like them where you, and half the time you could probably make a mutant, I guess. But yeah, once we open more packs, we'll go through all of that. What is with the half cards? Yeah, I've just explained that. M&S wouldn't. Yes, they would. I remember specifically getting Premier League stickers from M&S. Using a gift card from a manager that didn't like me. We won't name him, but we all know who he is. Shiny Seth Rollins, Nikki Cross. So here we have an example of a top half. So these are obviously stickers, Grunsmurf. So when you get into the sticker book, you will have this bit, and then you could make you could make a weird combination of Alexa Bliss and Roman Reigns. Grunsmurf, M&S stands for Marks and Spencers. It's not S&M, much like what Eric is into. So Mickey James, Kofi Kingston. So another top half. So we have got another top half of Daniel Bryan. So here we go. Here, how do I resist the urge not to mix that? What, mix the half cards or just in general, or S&M? So we've got the Big Show, Sasha Banks, Dexter Lumis, and Akira Tozawa. To already have another shiny, they range in sizes, so that you always, I think, feel like you're guaranteed a big shiny in every pack. So we have a shiny The Rock, a shiny Wreck Everyone and Leave sticker, M&S is a store, but they do sell S&M gear. I'm not sure that would work. So the top half of Keith Lee, Sasha Banks beating Bayley at Hell in a Cell. Like, imagine Liv Morgan with Tony Storm's big old bottom half. I said, but that would be weird. I don't think that would suit Liv Morgan. So here we got Big E, Jeff Hardy, the missing man of Aleister Black, Seth Rollins with during his Monday Night Messiah gimmick, vintage Undertaker, and the bottom half of Io Shirai. And that, now, because of the current what's going on in the chat, that sounds very, very weird. Middle class S&M gear. Did that be weird? For the Jake, Mr. Sticky Mouse, explain mid. I don't think they refer to middle people in America's middle class. What would the equivalent be? I don't know. Another missing man, Angel Garza, recently turned up on Raw, but been missing for a while. Becky Two Belts. Jordan Devlin, the man I always seem to forget, is also the NXT Cruiserweight Champion. Again, another Becky Lynch. Shane McMahon about to dive onto The Undertaker, but then, as we all know, miss. Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13, the most iconic sharpshooter I believe he's ever done. With a bleeding Stone Cold. I feel like they should have the reverse of this picture as well. Roddy Piper, Candice LeRae, and a young Drew McIntyre. People with jobs. Has anyone got any random questions? Let's go through some of those. There's Charlotte in WrestleMania. I can't remember what entrance that was. Jackson Riker. And I believe this is with the other Forgotten Sons as well. The Rated Superstar Edge. How's the new house? It's going well. I still haven't kind of worked out the inner workings of this house because I really don't understand. I really don't understand the wiring of the house. So Grunsmith. So this would be the double stickers working. The full Daniel Bryan. Where did you learn your ripping technique? I don't know how to answer that. You kind of just do it, don't you? Is there one sticker that you never got? There was one sticker I never got, and it's because I was an idiot as a child. So back in 1994, there was a Premier League sticker book, and I basically had one sticker left to complete the album, and I thought it was the one I needed, but it was the complete wrong sticker because I stuck one in the wrong place. And then that book was never completed ever again. And then back then they never had the system now like you have with the Premier League stickers from Panini, where if you needed a sticker, a certain amount of stickers, and like I think they limit you to 50, you can send them away. So we have an Undertaker taking souls, digging holes, Shiny. Where do you display all your cards and stickers? Well, mainly most of these are in this sticker album. I'll go through it once I've opened up this first set of stickers. We'll go through it. So we have a. Does anyone remember the year of this logo of the Royal Rumble? I think it may be one of the first few. Asuka. Is that an Apple Watch? Yes, it is an Apple Watch. Sasha Banks, more Mandy Rose. I'm obviously you're probably going to want to ask quite a lot of questions when I actually put these in order before I stick them in, because I technically have a system where I don't like destroying the spine of the actual sticker book. So Shawn Michaels jumping on Razor Ramon from WrestleMania 10. Dolph Ziggler. Vintage, as Michael Cole would say, Seth Rollins. Asuka pointing at the sign when she won the Women's Royal Rumble. And Drew McIntyre. Premier League sticker book or WWE? Which are you taking on the desert island? That's a very good question, but I don't think I would take any on the desert island. There would be no point. Maybe the Premier League one because there's more stickers. If I had a box of stickers to go with it, but yeah, I don't think you would bring any. I think that'd be the last thing I take on the desert island. That was a good question, Nathan. Much like your milkshake debate that we've had numerous times on at work. When did they start that pointing at the Wrestlemania sign trope? I don't actually know. I feel like it goes way back as well. Like maybe just before the 2000 realm. They would be the worst book to take on a desert island. It would serve some time when you got bored. King Corbin, realizing you can't see these. Becky Lynch. Gallus, those that don't watch NXT UK, the bottom half of the Fiend. Favorite non-WWE wrestling event you've attended? It'd probably be a Manchester United game. Can't pick out one. I haven't been to one in a while, and it's kind of grating what this pandemic's done to football. We can't really watch it. I need to start watching WWE UK. I've heard good things. Yeah, so me and Marcus watch it we talk about it quite frequently. We never bring it up on the show. The most discussion we've had about it on the show is that it's a good 1 hour show. So it's basically NXT before it went to USA Network and started competing with AEW and went 2 hours. Yeah, it's a really good 1 hour show. You'd really enjoy it. MVP, I believe in the sticker album it is actually a double, so don't actually need that one. So Bret Hart, Dolph Ziggler, Ric Flair, Carmella. I believe that's Grand Metalik. Rey Mysterio, Becky Lynch, Naomi, and the Viking Raiders. Surely How to Survive on a Desert Island would be a better book. Yes, it would be a great book to take on a desert island. But I don't think you go into that in hindsight going, I'm going to get stuck on a desert island, unless you just carry that book on the basis that you're going to get stuck on a desert island repeatedly. Are you living in fear? Well, I know you, Sticky Mouse, is actually Jamie, but yeah, I would presume you live in fear. How bad is the budget drop in the UK to US versions? What? Nathan, I think there's only one UK show, which is NXT UK. And that's running out from the BT studios, where they also do boxing recently and during the pandemic. And yeah. So it's not really a budget. You just notice a difference, I feel like, because the UK talent is a bit more less exposed. In comparison to the UK one of NXT, so you kind of notice. Favorite in WWE UK, it'd always be Walter. Walter is an Austrian beast, but someone to watch out for. Me and Marcus spoke about this yesterday on the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Someone to look out for would be Rampage Brown. He's been on the scene for a while, but he is incredible at what he does. So we have the actually sticker album here. Is that all right for you guys to see, or do you want me to zoom out a little bit, or is that just fine? So this is obviously the thing, and all these are numbered. So the bottom half of the Fiend is number 27, but we have actually completed the Fiend, so we don't need him. Number 7 is the bottom half of Drew McIntyre. Also completed him, so don't need that. Everyone enjoying this stream? This is really weird for me talking. It is quite a lot of me just talking to myself. So let me know how this is, and if you want me to carry on doing things like this. Any talks of watch-alongs making a comeback? They are a little bit more difficult with Marcus's schedule. We have brought up a lot of times where we did enjoy mostly the which one was it? It was the Raw and Nitro watch-along. We may do some more watch-alongs in terms of like pay-per-views. I know we've got one. We're planning on doing the Royal Rumble together. So not the Royal Rumble. We did the Royal Rumble. We're planning on doing both nights of WrestleMania. So we'll have more on that in the coming weeks. We've got till April to plan that. What's that? That's actually a good question. There is a lot more women's wrestling now. Is it popular, or is it like lady football? There's more of an emphasis on women's wrestling. Unlike women football, there's a small emphasis on women's football, and I think there's still a lot of divide, especially if you go by what the I don't know if she's the captain of America, but Rapinoe, she's been talking about equality and stuff like that. So it's a very difficult conversation to have because there's not much money in women's football. There's not much. It's like advertising revenue. There's not much money in it, so it's hard to boost players' wages in terms of stuff like that. Whereas, like in WWE, like women's wrestling is actually quite important to them, and they're trying to make it equal footing in terms of men's and women's wrestling. So there's no overarching of like there's too much men's wrestling or there's too much women's wrestling. Is it though, Grunge Smurf? Like, I feel like the concept of it sounds fun, but like in reality, maybe not so much. Because I would hardly call it like, yeah, cool, I'm watching that. without being considered a pervert the moment you start watching that. Did you mention how many sticker books you have collected over the years? So that is a really good question. So I did do a lot when I was a kid. It was mostly the Premier League sticker books, which I can show you later, but it would mean I don't want to disrupt things all over the place because there is like mounts and everything everywhere. Yeah, then I stopped because obviously it's difficult when you don't actually have that much. Because we're going to get to that, Grunge Smurf. Yeah, it basically became, I'm an adult now. I can buy whatever I want kind of thing. So when you have expendable income, it's something you can do. Whereas like when you're a kid, it's not something you can't just go out and buy like a box of stickers, which is normally about £70 now for a box for the Premier League stickers, which I'm probably planning to do. But that is completely ABW, if anything but wrestling, if I do that on the channel, because that is definitely not wrestling related. But if that's something you want to see me do, just let me know. All about the content over here. Is Amazon shopping popular over there? Yes, it is, especially for someone like me, which is weird because I found it hot. I was trying to set up the affiliate link for our page, so hopefully, like, you guys could change your bookmark setting to our affiliate link, and then we get a small kickback. Like, you're gonna go there anyway. It's one of those things where it's just like you help us out a little bit by buying something that you would have done. How did ABW become a thing? I quite like it. Breaks things up. That was from the podcast from years ago. So that was before I even like was on the show. Like, it was when I was just listening to the show. Yeah, it would be basically just a concept, because you notice when back how we are now, especially the show format hasn't changed. We could go off rail very quickly and talk about other things. It's like if you watch one of the recent shows, it was during the NFL playoffs, where me and Eric were just talking about desks. Hi, are you interested in joining my wrestling card and stickers group for the UK market audience? I didn't even know there was a group, mate. Yeah, just post it here, and I'll probably check it out once I'm done with this live stream. Have you ever stuck one down wonky and thrown the whole book away in disgrace? No. There are a few in this that are actually like bad sticks. Like I don't think you can really tell, but this one bothering me. So like here, you can see it's not really in line right here, but you live with it. And if you seem to get if you get quite a few stickers like I do, you can probably stick over it once you realize. Yeah, so AEW for life. If you just post the name of the group, and I'll check it out later. Grunsmith, did you email the show often before you joined? Yes, I did. I think I started listening to the Sharpshooters quite early on. Like I think they were on it like episode 40 or 30 when I first started listening. It was a long time ago. Of me, what would be your ideal fantasy sticker collection? That is a very difficult difficult question to answer. What would yours be, Nathan? Different milkshakes, I guess. I think most of my interests are actually covered by sticker collections. So like Premier League stickers. I do the World Cup ones as well. And I think I'm going to start doing the Euro ones soon. But yeah, I don't think there's many that I haven't done. Tennis shoe sticker collection. That would be good, actually. I'm sure they'd make really rare ones and then make it difficult and then the hype beast would go crazy for it. Yeah, I'm slowly coming out of the shoe trainer sneaker game. It's hard to stay in it. You kind of just want to get what you want and wear what you want. People that collect too much like that, they tend not to wear it. And like, I don't know what they're saving them for. Like, yes, sure, some of them are investments and you can sell them on, but is it really worth it? Like, to get what you want and then not be able to enjoy it. Oh, it's there. Mangas that hate you. Oh, managers that hate you album. Jamie, who would that be? Like, just a picture of we can't say his name, can we? But he was a dick. He was a dick, and I'm glad the staff told me that he got made redundant. That's harsh to say, but he was a dick. Well, that's also like that's also like certain people that have that mentality of save it for best. But if your best, you never know when your best is going to be. You know what I mean? What's your favorite sticker in the collection? Mine is Edge spearing Hardy. I haven't actually really gone through the book properly yet. AEW for Life. It is actually an incredible collection, to be honest. It's the first WWE sticker collection I've actually done. I put that in wrong. Yeah. Edge spearing Hardy off the ladder. Yeah, we were having that discussion on the podcast actually about the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian feud. Or rivalry, I would say. As a person, we don't really remember much of it. Yes, of course, the lovely Billie Kay is here. Got her sticker right there, and then obviously a full page of Billie Kay. How many stickers in total do you need to collect? In this one, it was. Well, they've got these limited edition ones as well for some reason. 303, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 307 in this collection. And then these 4. So 311. I'm completely doing this in a way which I don't normally stick stickers, but there you go. Is there, okay, for the chat, is there anything you collected when you were a kid or you're doing now? What Mania match you want for the top 2 belts? Weirdly, I would love to see Drew versus Walter. But I would settle for Finn versus Walter because I've been waiting for that for a year. Collect the wrestling figures. I used to do that, but again, it was mostly my mum buying them for me. So again, not my money, and it was hard to always get what you wanted. That sounds so spoiled as well. It sounds like the girl from what was her name? From Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. But I want it now. Nathan, I'm sure you've collected some weird things. Me and Nathan actually work together now, and he's normally the cause of concern for bad spending with me. And I learned that he bought this Japanese drink from Amazon. Obviously paid the import tax on it as well. For 200 milliliters, which is less than a can of Coke or a can of fizzy drink or can of soda for the Americans watching. Yeah, and he spent £6 on it. £6, Nathan, for basically a gulp of drink. Which he's saying tasted lovely, but I don't believe him. I believe he's saying that to make himself feel better for spending that much money on a drink. I thought you were going to say Clueless. Was going to imagine you with long blonde hair saying as if. I've never had long hair. Short back and sides, always. Except for when I was a very young child. I've only seen the picture like twice, and I don't know where the picture's gone. Of me with what looked like a very young mane of hair. I have to look up the pounds to money ratio. Yeah, I can't work. Let me do it for you. $1.39. So he basically spent over $6 for that drink. Yeah, so yeah, Nathan is the root cause for most of the spending. But as I've mentioned to him, I am considering picking up a that's it. It's the treat yourself mentality which Nathan has, and yeah, it's gotten me into some weird situations where I bought a keyboard for an iPad for £300. Was it? It seemed very unnecessary at the time as well. Have you made extravagant purchases? Yes, that £300 keyboard which I told you about. So does Nathan know corporate Manny? We need him on a regular show for stories. Well, see, there's two people in here that I used to work with in different eras. So Nathan works. Me and Nathan don't work in the same team. Me and Nathan work in very different teams. And Sticky Mouse used to work with me in another store back in the day where I was his manager at one point. And I use that term manager loosely because he got away with so much shit under Mike. under being under my line report. And I have discussed with both Nathan and at one point also Jamie about doing a show called Tangents. Yeah, a show called Tangents where it's basically the ABW show of the sharpshooters, but I would almost call it like a Wikipedia kind of thing where we have a topic, but then we never really fully stay on topic because we start talking about other things. That was the idea. But again, it's very difficult to get people to manage schedules and stuff because people are busy. Let's go there. I don't think we need a specific show about the people that know me, but but yeah, having different content on the channel is always good. It allows for some variety, and it also allows some of us to take small breaks here and there, which is always good so we can stay fresh and not burn out to create content for you. Yes, I for one would love to see Manny the true story. Not much of a story, to be honest. What? I can share the time you kicked that poor apprentice down the stairs. That never happened. And the fact that you think we in England call someone Lil Bobby is something completely different. Yeah, it. Do you know what? Do you know what Grunge? Yeah, the show did start off as twice a week, but that was podcast form as well. That was ages ago, and then yeah, expanded into many things. Um, many things. Nathan, don't let me start talking about that data breach you did. Manny behind the scenes. I do feel like me and Sticky Mouth, or Jamie as I know him, could write a tell-all about our previous place. And no one would believe that would be true, but it is 100% madness where we used to work. And Grunsmith, I didn't kick someone down the stairs. Network exclusive. What job role did you prefer? To be honest, I preferred my job role. Like now, yeah, it was a fun it was a fun ride while it lasted. Obviously, moving into a new job role, but yeah, it was just a time where I wasn't the guy. Like I didn't have to make any decisions. It's always nice to sometimes take a backseat. Sometimes it's good for the mental health. This and mainly like why I've picked this up as well. Like, and what it is good for the mental health to just relax and do this. Like it's if I'm not, I don't normally obviously do this on stream, but I'm normally doing this by myself, and it's normally quiet. You know, I normally have some music playing. I can't obviously have music playing on this one because it will get copy strike. That's because people are largely scum. Yes, they are. Which also includes you, Jamie, because you live in Camden as well as I do. So we're both scum. Yeah, Grantsmith, this is basically my office now. I was going to do a desk build, but yeah, just didn't get around to it. Well, no, Manny didn't kick someone down the stairs. That's what my NDA makes me say. There is a story about Nathan getting really angry in the office once and pointing at me as if it was my fault during his burst of shouting at a woman. Where she had to take him outside the meeting room to calm him down. That is by far the funniest thing. I was voicing my disapproval of Manny doing work. Thing is, when I do work, it's a very strange thing. God, no, they both don't. Jamie is very much of the PC master race. Jamie doesn't really watch anything from what I recall. Doesn't really watch much. He is a weird fountain of knowledge, though. So all the unnecessary things that you need that are on the internet, Jamie knows about. Like the dark web. I wouldn't put it past it. But yeah. I wouldn't put it past Sticky Mouth being part of the dark web. And as for Nathan, yes, he is curious of many things. He once saw a woman outside the office eat a berry from a tree, and then wanted to do it himself at one point. It was a very weird day, that day when I saw him do that. Yeah, Rhea Ripley has really evolved over the last few years. She's even changed her look recently. Again. Is there any, since we're now really deep into this pandemic, is there anything you really missed out on? Or like wish you had done mid pandemic? Anything you really wanted to learn, do, missed opportunities? Because I feel I really wanted to travel a bit more last year and didn't do it. Yeah, so Grunsworth, this is actually some of the NXT UK wrestlers. Ilya Dragunov, I still feel you need to go check out this match. It was my favorite match last year of him versus Walter. Very hard hitting. Somewhere I have half a prank. Oh, was this you getting me? I believe this was you trying to get me a plant for my desk, even knowing full well I'd have just killed it on purpose. Going to Comic-Con. I always feel like I've done it. I've done the UK ones a few times, but I always feel like that's one of the biggest cons ever. Like the amount of money you end up spending at these things is ridiculous. So I always find that a bit weird, to be honest, that how much money people actually spend, especially on collectibles at these things, and where I believe they actually sell for a retail price. They're more like a resale kind of price. Great way to make money, to be honest, but like, yeah, I always feel like it's a bit of a con. No, this was another one. The weird part about Nathan's pranks at me in the office was my manager would also allow him to do it. Putting Xing now. When was Walter versus that Ilya Dragunov match? I think it was around November 2020. Yeah. I can't remember for sure, but but it was towards the end of 2020. Have you tried to value your collections before? Collections of what, Nathan? Yeah, so I can't remember which prank Nathan actually tried to pull on me. I think it was one of just the basic ones where he would leave his card or his business card or something, or leave a message of "I was here" or something along those lines. And then, yeah, I really remember my manager sitting there. Not even just sitting there. She was there, and then him just doing it right in front of her. It's Russian. Dragunov is Russian. Yeah, in NXT UK, there's a lot of mixture of European wrestlers in there. So you get a load of Austrian, German, French, Russian in there, and it's all good. Yeah, and then when I asked my manager, so you just let him do that? She was like, "Oh yeah, I thought it was it just kind of just happened." I was like, "Okay, I'll remember this." I spoke to her. She was lovely, but I don't understand why she would actually allow you to do that. Given especially how much your manager hates me. So get this. Nathan would normally come upstairs and disrupt my entire team. Yet when I would go downstairs to see him when I was free, his manager would look at me with such disdain or like almost hatred for the fact that I was there almost distracting Nathan when it went, if only she knew the amount of distraction he did when he came upstairs. I just have to act like I'm supposed to do that. Most people can't be bothered to question. Yeah. I don't even remember the pranks I did to you back. They couldn't have been that good. But like, it was really easy to do as well because Nathan would just leave his stuff lying around like no one was going to take it. Whereas I don't think I did many pranks on Jamie when I was his manager. There was more. I would catch Jamie doing weird things in the warehouse. No, not weird things with his genitals, but like generally weird things like generally weird things, and I can't. And there was no real question for why he was doing it. Jamie, I have videos of some of these, especially like when your child snatcher won. Where he would lure children into a box yelling "sweetie," "sweeties" in a very high pitched voice, and then as soon as they fell for the trap, dropped the box, and yeah, they were captured. Jamie, do I really need to show this video on camera? No, I don't think I should. No, I'm not going to, because that would expose your identity of being a creep and somehow end up on the news. But yes, Jamie, Nathan, I do believe we should be doing a podcast called Tangents, and I do feel like it'd be a really fun experiment. No children were harmed. Physically, mentally scarred, though. So this is nearly coming up to an hour. Do we do the other box, or do we save that for another time? I do like experiments, and you realize I hate prep, so that would work. Yeah, I would do all the stuff. all it would be is we jump online and do this. Not much anything else. You just need a box. The thing about the video was that whilst he trapped this fake child in the box, he also did give it a kick to be like, get in there. So yeah, that was a very interesting video series that me and Jamie did. It wasn't even a series; it just happened one time, and I don't remember why it was. I think it was generally because we were bored. You thought the Yammer posts were good. Oh yeah, Nathan's Yammer posts are horrible, by the way. If you were to win an Oscar, I would write you the best speech. Well, if it's anything better than the one I had to read out last week. No, prepared a video for a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. They basically wrote me a speech as if I was a president or something. The way they had me announcing an award. It was one that, especially because it was written for people, especially when it was written for someone that speaks properly. Whereas, like, yeah, I clearly don't. It was written for someone that is on the news daily and speaks properly, not got odd bits of slang or just a weird like a very commoner's accent. See, I don't actually know where this goes. There's a bonus sticker not for the album. Okay, well, you can live there. How very dare you. People came up to me saying how lovely it was. Yes, and you enjoyed it because you were trolling me. Did say that you were poor. That's not what Chris says. No, my accent just makes it sound like common. People, Nathan, I very much believe one person did. And that was the nice lady that works in HR. No one else had the faintest idea of who you were and who I was. These are all pretty much doubles. You have a lovely speaking voice, geezer. It is one of those voices, isn't it? From his Camden ends, bruv. I'm so glad I don't talk like that. That's one of the things I'm glad I don't do. In it, bruv. No, none of these can go in the book. That's annoying. MVP. Braun Strowman. Basically Danny Dyer compared to my Queen's English. See, this is where you and Jamie are very similar. But I feel like Jamie's one is more of a cause of concern. Nathan, when he's around other ethnic people, will start using street slang. Yet when he's around other normal people, he'll just talk properly. You fold under pressure to do a grime. So what are we thinking? Do this one or save it for another video? I'll wait for your responses. I don't think I would necessarily do grime. Go for it. All right. So we get this out of the way. Well, I've got to be a pig soon, so may be able to stay, not be able to stay for the whole thing. Cool, that's cool, Nathan. Thanks for coming anyway. What would your grime name be? Manny Too Fresh. It's got to be Manny Too Fresh. Much like that time. But I don't think... What would your grime name be, Nathan? Also, what are you having for dinner, Nathan? And if it's not, that was yours, Jamie. Yours was Chad Too Sad. I put Chad Too Bad on mine. I decided to claim that letter. I'm learning UK. Well, this is the thing. I didn't necessarily teach Eric and Marcus this word, but it just came out when I said it. So I said the ends. Wait, Billy Kay's right here. Yeah, I said the ends once, and they thought that sounded far worse than saying you're from the ghetto, which I guess is true. Everything here is a double. Claim what letter? Oh, N. You would just become N. Do you know what? Working where I work, I haven't ever had to say or use the word "you schlag" in ages. It's one of the greatest words ever, especially if its connotation, the way you say "shut up, you slag." I feel if you come into the next podcast, which will be tomorrow, with me and Marcus do the review of NXT and AEW. If you just come in and throw in and "shut up, you slag," I think I will be broken. I think that would very much distract me from what I'm actually supposed to be doing, which is hosting the show. I have called a few of my friends during the pandemic a tart. Had you been watching Only Fools and Horses prior to that, Nathan? Because I feel like that's where it got. It's so underused, that word. It is such a good word. Tosser. Yeah. Are you going to use it in the right context, though? Grunt Smurf. No, it was just a part for the situation. They weren't being slags, but they had tartish behavior. That is a good question. What is the difference between what would you say? What would you call it? Slag and tar? Because there is a small minor difference. Slag is basically your whore. For the Americans out there. But tar, I don't know. I suppose it's a more tamer version, isn't it? Jax. Slag is definitely worse. This is now sounding like a QAnon chat room. I don't think so. I can't believe we're having this discussion. That is a very weird discussion to have. Tart is with a bit of love. Right, so I think I'm going to do this the way I normally do it, where I start putting these in order, so it's a little bit more quicker. I think I need that. No, I don't. 189. Well, you can. You can get silly slags. You 100% could get those silly slags. Stacy, yeah, she's hanging out with that silly slag, Veronica. There you go. That works. And there was me trying to think of names. No, see, I like the way you call someone you're arguing with mate. There's a different tone to that, though. It's not like, oh, you know what, mate? No, it's not like that. It's like, shut the fuck up, mate. There's a bit more tone in that one. I panicked, Nathan. I panicked. What's Fletch Morgan Webster's gimmick? It's a mod. Don't ask me what that means. I think Jamie could probably describe mod scene. You born in the 1950s? No. Just no, Veronica. You got a problem with that? '60s moped gangs. There you go. There you go, Gruntsmith. That's what Flash Morgan Webster's gimmick is. Gruntsmith, did you watch Young Rock yesterday? I watched it this afternoon. It's actually pretty good. A bit, how would you say it? I feel like a lot of it is a bit enhanced, should you say? It's not real. I don't believe all of it. It's a TV show, so I wouldn't presume you would. But yeah. It's good to see them. What was it? Capture Andre the Giant and stuff like that. It was actually nice to see. But yeah, this is generally how I do sticker books, and I normally work my way backwards. I can't remember who you're talking about in that. I have watched that. Solitaire 6. The worst part about this is when I was opening these packs, I've realised that most of these are doubles, which is quite annoying. The Lonely Man's Game. No, the Lonely Man's Game is Minesweeper because I don't even understand it to this day. And yet it's still around. I'm currently cutting veg. Leave me be. Well, you're watching me sort out stickers, so yeah, I can't really mock. Are you aware of the game? Which game? Solitaire or Minesweeper? Or cutting veg, as in the... Isn't that Fruit Ninja? Are you playing Fruit Ninja? You mean Triple H or the game or Minesweeper? This is also a problem with Nathan. On Teams messages, Nathan will get overly excited about typing something and then leave out serious amounts of context. Yeah, they did the NXT Tag Team titles really well. But I think all their titles look really nice, the NXT UK ones. Slang 4. I have lost what's going on in this chat. You know what is missing from this chat, though? The old school MSN Messenger sound. Ding-a-ding. 100% missing from this. Yeah, but they are in the shape of big logo belts. But like the inner workings do look nice. They look like the old pound coin. No, the oldest game. The oldest job. Is that what it is? The oldest profession. Yeah. I don't know how every conversation in it leads to that. Not prostitution, but like genuinely those conversations. It is very strange that it always leads to that. Someone always brings it up. And then we're stuck here like having to either ignore it or address it. Which is a very strange thing that the podcast has become, and the live shows with the live chat. Very interesting, and yet like it, you do wonder why you address it. It is funny though. Don't get me wrong. It is funny. Slangs and prostitution go hand in hand if you pay them enough. That bit's done. That bit's done. That is clearly a double, but that can stay there. Okay, he's off to watch this UK show. He's off, which just leaves me and Nathan and Jamie. I can't believe you have never watched that, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of these are generally going to be doubles. This book is mostly filled up now. Two, 8, 9. Is this like meditation for you? Yes, it is. It's like a bit of mindfulness. That's what it is. I was going to call it mindfulness, but then I think I felt like someone was going to have a problem with that, me calling it that, but it's generally what it is. Yeah, 100% mindfulness. Can you not see how relaxing this actually is? Not a care in the world when you do stuff like this. Oh, you are from Camden. I don't feel like that sits well. Jamie's from Camden. I wouldn't necessarily say he's the way you seem to have a vision for Camden. Yeah, so does Nathan. Nathan doesn't go outside. It's not my vision, it's everyone else's views of Camden. No, I feel like you have a specific vision of all Camden people are hipsters. When clearly they're not. Why would I go outside? There's no Xbox there. It's true. What would you say? Has there been any more games to come out for the Xbox yet? The new one. Like, I have no real intention of getting one till maybe September, when obviously all the games I play come out, like FIFA. The stuff you lot don't play. Oh, Nathan, Jamie's part of the PC Master Race, so he doesn't console game. Same for PS5, I think, as well. Yeah, I really feel like, because the PS5 is suffering with all their shortages right now, so I don't think they're going to release anything massive until they can actually fulfill demand, I presume. Don't need that. Get a Nintendo, Mario it up. I actually turned down a Nintendo, to be honest. Eric was going to buy me one, but I told him not to, because it's just something I'm not going to really play. Like, as much as I would enjoy having one, when I looked at it, I was just like, yeah, there's a good chance I'm probably not going to play this as much. I wish I had the funds to get a super spec PC, but I use a gaming laptop. The problem with gaming laptops is they're very much outdated very quickly, and they heat up like mad. Have you got PS5 now? You never mentioned it. Yeah, but the parts, especially certain things, are so expensive. Like, I guess you could save and all that stuff, but it's so long. Not yet, but I had a PS4, Xbox, Nintendo, and laptop. I think I stick to the Xbox and was just happy with it. Like, it played what I needed it to play. Say he's an Apple fan, yeah. But then again, it's not necessarily being a fan. It's just it works, so I use it, and I'm happy to be locked into the ecosystem that way. Because I don't really want to build a PC. And I don't necessarily buy all the newest Apple products every year. Yeah, it is very much being part of the ecosystem, though. But I knew that when I got my first iPhone, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much stuck here now. They have you in the Apple prison. To be honest, their stuff works. Like, end of the day, to each their own. You know what I mean? Although I do genuinely hate going back and forth between Mac and PC. And the thing that annoys me more about PC is the fact that I hate all the admin work on the other side of it, of all that adware and antivirus firewall crap. I think it was just a bad experience when I was a PC user back in the day, where I just don't necessarily want to do it again. Oh, and the Windows rant you have at work. Yes. Yes, I really hate them. Especially when I need to do something, it just doesn't do it the way I want it to do it. It's very limiting. You can. Well, that's it. That's that book. Oh, wait, I've still got these. I can't answer that. It's just a thing that people are just going to have to get used to. And you can just use a regular mouse, which I'm doing here. This only cost me like £20. The M340. That also goes with this, which I go back to and from between Mac and PC with. I did get a normal keyboard because I prefer the Apple keyboard. Well, chiclet keys rather than what you call them, mechanical keyboard. I hate the sound of them. Don't need that. Well, I feel like this stream has gone extremely well. There was a lot of chat in here, just random bits of conversation. It's weird you say that because Marcus works in a casino. ONW. Online casino. Well, that is the end of this stream. It's not even centered. Is there any other weird questions you want to ask before I end the stream? First 5 spins are free. Have you seen those? Those ads are, they're not even ads, the weird ones that are on TV around 2 in the morning. Those are very weird casino things. Nothing wrong with my hands. I do think I fractured this finger though. It's so weird. Like since I've been doing like DIY and IKEA building for the last 2 weeks, this has felt bruised, but like it feels fractured because it shouldn't have felt like that for quite some time. Manny could work for QVC. That would be my dream, actually. That would be a dream to work on QVC. Hi, Igor. Yeah, you've got. Who do you want the most? What do you mean? Who do you want the most? The very. You mean sticker wise? I don't know. I haven't really finished the book out of the album yet. You say that there is someone that you both used to work with that actually does that. And the numerous times she puts those messages up on not messages, those pictures up on Instagram or on an Instagram story, I genuinely ask, why have you put diamond rings on sausages? And they are on her fingers. And that is one of the meanest things I've said to someone. But yeah, this has been the end. I very much feel like this is the end of the stream. Tune in tomorrow for me and Marcus on the Untitled Manny and Marcus show as we review both tonight's AEW and NXT. I think we've called it that. I definitely feel like either Jamie or me have called her that in the past. But I won't mention her name on stream because that's not a good thing. But yeah, thanks to Nathan, Jamie, and Tarty Rings. That could be a good ring name. Jamie, Nathan, and Grunsmurf in the chat keep helping me keep this stream going. Technically, because it would have been just silence of me doing it. So yeah, we will do another one of these soon. Hopefully, we finish this sticker album. But if you want me to, if you've got this far, and if you're watching this after the live stream and you want me to do more, like I am still doing the Premier League books and stuff. If you want to see me do those, just let me know, and I will set up this rig again. And that's the end of the show. Peace.